Tucker will be laid to rest on Saturday in Belize City. And our question for tonight is, do you think the killing of an armed Guatemalan in the Chiquibul is justified? Send your comments and responses using your smartphones to 8686 or post your vote on a repoll at channel5belize.com. You can also send an email with your comments to questions at channel5belize.com. Coming up, the conviction rate since the beginning of the year. 6 accused murderers. They are all acquitted, and cooler heads prevail at the St. Ignatius High School.
Hello, friends. This is Dr. Bob Roberts with another 60-second sermon from God's Word. The Bible says, "But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a peculiar people, that you should show forth the praises of him who hath called you out of darkness into his marvelous light." A thriving church located close to the town bar met with tragedy and burned to the ground. The congregation searched for a new place to meet. Realizing the local bar was not used on Sunday, they inquired and reached an agreement to conduct their Sunday worship services there. The members arrived early on Sunday morning to clean up the place and to pray out all the evil spirits that were there. Unaware that the owner left his talking parrot in the bar, they were surprised Sunday morning when the preacher walked in to hear, "New bartender, new bartender." Then the choir marched in and the parrot said, "New chorus line, new chorus line." Then the congregation came in and said, "Same crowd, no difference." In our world today, it is often hard to distinguish between the people of the world and the people of the church. Someone once said they went to the world and found the church, and they went to the church and found the world. While the church is a called-out body and called to separation and holiness, it must be careful in its attempt to portray a Christian lifestyle, not to become so separated that it becomes isolated. However, our identification is to be with him who is not of this world and who hath called us out of darkness into his marvelous light, or we shall be the victim in the parable of the parrot. Today's 60-second sermon has been presented by Christian Foundations of Faith in cooperation with the Baptist churches in your area.
I feel good, man, with the church. I feel like an honest citizen with it. Not like a criminal with a class man, so the church.
Certain people off the street, you meet them right out there, you know, and to be the best at all time, you know, everyone to be calm, so.
As I hear this open, I look to bring my daughter and my son and make them know though, for help fix the street too. Yeah, because where I work, I make them know what part I work. So there's I boast of part I work right now. Enough place I work where I can say what I think to know that the government I work with and have all the earnings.
Like I tell you, our jobs I help other people, you know. Well, most of all, one guy like me, right?
All right now, got my life looking good right now. Got my only house I pay rent for, but everything paid by me. Check, back by me. I feel good for what I'm, brother. Honest to God. I thank the most Father and I thank the government for providing that.
Making a difference in the lives of Belizeans. A government for all.
It is definitely time for an upgrade.
Hi, I'm Norris, a loan officer at Atlantic Bank. Every day, I have the pleasure of helping hardworking people like you get what you deserve.
You strive to make the most out of life, and we do the same to help you reach your goals. Let us show you how easy it can be to realize your dreams and improve your quality of life.
We keep it simple. Courteous, helpful service, personalized financial advice, the best interest rates, and a wise and convenient payment schedule.
Making a personal loan should be easy. Atlantic Bank makes it as easy as planning for your future.
Atlantic Bank Easy Credit Loans, helping you build a better future.
In line with the government of Belize's commitment to deliver infrastructure works to every municipality nationwide, the sister towns of the West are benefiting from the San Ignacio-Santa Elena Bypass Project, which includes paving of Loma Luz Boulevard, upgrading of Joseph Andrews Drive, filling up of the riverbank from San Ignacio to Sacred Heart College, and construction of a bridge to commence in July, all to the tune of $58 million.
We are creating opportunities for the youths in terms of job creation and in terms of empowering them through education and making sure that they become very productive citizens of this country, so that people can be proud of this is Santa Elena, yes, and to see all the transformation and the progress that is happening and the development that is happening.
Working for the West, a government for all.
Doing business at the Port of Belize Limited? Drive into our newly paved parking lot. Log on to your smartphone or tablet in our newly renovated administration building with our free customer Wi-Fi. Take advantage of our 24-hour port operations. Come during the lunch hour. We'll be open. Do you wish to send cargo to and from the Keys? Visit our low berth facility with newly constructed offices and restrooms. We've now completed a low berth dredging project to further improve services. We have increased our delivery bays and support staff at our warehouse and have implemented automated delivery access. We have invested over $4 million on trucks, trailers, forklifts, container reach stackers, a boom lift unit, and marine vessels to get your goods on and off the ship quickly and safely. Behind the scenes, we have been investing in IT upgrades and integrating our automated operations, accounting, and payroll systems. We have upgraded our electrical, security, and surveillance camera systems on the compound, as well as added maintenance equipment and transportation units for our stevedores and operations department. We have become more efficient. We have become better. Let us show you. Come see us on Cesar Ridge Road in Belize City. Call us at 223-2439, email us at info@portofbelize.com, or visit our website www.portofbelize.com. Port of Belize Limited, a port with a global perspective.
There are moments in life when it all becomes clear, when everything falls away and we realize what's really important. It's there, in those moments, that we see what we value, what we cherish, what we love. For 170 years, across 22 countries, through crisis and through calm, Sagicor has lived those moments and gained the experience, knowledge, and wisdom to keep you protected today and for every day to come. So whatever your needs, whatever you're going through, you'll know we've been there. Sagicor, wise financial thinking for life.
This weather report is brought to you by Atlantic Insurance, insuring you from life's unexpected.
Good evening, Belize, with tonight's weather report and forecast prepared by Derek Rodon of the National Meteorological Service and produced by our friends here at Bell Caribbean Communication Services. Presenting you a weather for tonight, I am Amanda Taylor. The weather continued mainly fair and warm today with very little rainfall. No major change in the seasonally warm weather is expected over the next few days as the dry season continues. The surface chart from this morning showed a high pressure center just off the southeast coast of the United States. The low pressure is over northeastern Mexico and the Bay of Campeche. These features will move little over the next couple of days and maintain the generally dry airflow over our area. Satellite pictures from earlier today showed the Gulf of Mexico and the Caribbean Sea free of any significant cloudiness. Only shallow low-level clouds were noted. A few thunderstorms in the narrow line over the Atlantic Ocean marks an old frontal boundary, while high-level cloudiness east of the Bahamas marked the position of an upper-level trough. In the Caribbean tomorrow, San Juan, Puerto Rico, and Kingston, Jamaica will see isolated thunderstorms, while Port of Spain, Trinidad will have showers in the morning. Across the Central American region tomorrow, only Panama City, Panama can expect a few showers, and those will clear by afternoon. The other capitals will be mainly fair. Skies will be partly cloudy tonight with low temperatures of 78 degrees along the coast, 72 degrees inland, and only 66 degrees up in the mountains. Tomorrow will be mostly sunny with high temperatures of 88 degrees along the coast, 94 degrees inland, and 80 degrees up in the mountains. Showers, if any, will be brief and isolated. Winds over the open sea will be from the east to southeast at 10 to 20 knots, and sea conditions will be choppy to moderate. Now for a further look at marine and astronomical conditions. Mostly warm and dry conditions are expected to continue for the rest of the week, with a chance of only brief isolated showers. Winds will increase on Thursday and Friday. Today's environmental tip: when you go shopping, as much as possible try not to buy products that you can easily become waste. Have a pleasant evening, then be sure to join us again tomorrow for another weather report and forecast.
This weather report was brought to you by Atlantic Insurance, insuring you from life's unexpected.
Being stranded and frustrated, wondering what to do when unexpected happens, is now a thing of the past. For reliability, travel protection, comfort, and total peace of mind, make Atlantic Insurance roadside assistance a part of your policy today. You have a flat tire, a dead battery, you ran out of fuel, or even need towing. Then worry no more. Atlantic Insurance will take care of your needs. Drop by any of our offices countrywide and ask about this new innovative service. Atlantic Insurance, insuring you from life's unexpected.
This is awesome.
3 months into 2014, 6 persons have been tried in court for 3 sensational and heinous murders. In fact, there are about 190 persons behind bars, and the overwhelming majority is facing trial for murder or murder-related offenses. But if the acquittals since the beginning of the year are any indication, the conviction rate certainly looks dismal due to various factors, including sloppy investigative work. News 5's Isani Caetano looks at the recent rate of acquittals.
The first quarter of the 2014 legal calendar concluded on Monday, regrettably, to less than desirable fanfare. After all, a total of 6 inmates on remand for murder or related offenses, including 5 men and 1 woman, were recently acquitted of their respective charges. At the start of the judicial year in mid-January, there were a little under 200 persons on pretrial detention at the Belize Central Prison.
As of the 31st of December 2013, there are 193 persons awaiting trial in the Supreme Court remanded at the Central Prison at Hattieville. As you may well be aware, the vast majority, representing over 90%, are charged and committed for trial for murder or murder-related offenses.
Among them, 25-year-old Paul Jex, 20-year-old Corwin Bennett, 21-year-old Darren Banner, 20-year-old Jason Anderson, 24-year-old Brandon Budna, and 22-year-old Araceli Kahweke. Despite their subsequent release, these names will forever be associated with 3 of the most high-profile criminal cases in recent years. On May 17, 2010, Jex was charged for the shooting death of Aubrey Lopez, a teacher at EP York High School, at the time of his murder, just a few days prior. From the onset, Paul's elder brother vehemently denied his siblings' involvement in the senseless killing.
The reason why I'm saying that the charge against my brother is bogus because at the time when this incident happened, my brother wasn't even in the crime scene era. And apparently the police, they get lead where the vehicle that they said committed the crime, the police, they get some lead that the vehicle is on some street. Unfortunately, my brother was on the boulevard waiting for a taxi, and unfortunately he saw the same vehicle, and he happens to know the driver of the same vehicle, and the driver asked him if he wants a ride. He told me that he did take the ride with the driver. As soon as he gets in the vehicle, that's when the police hauled up behind the vehicle and flashing their lights. So he didn't know what was going on. So what he did, he stayed in the vehicle.
Aubrey, a star basketball player, was the son of Belmopan Mayor Simeon Lopez. When the matter commenced in the Supreme Court on January 27th, the family ardently believed that the case against Jex was ironclad, placing all faith in God and the fundamental principles of justice. The decision handed down by Chief Justice Kenneth Benjamin a few days later would prove otherwise.
If I believe that justice did not take its course here, physically, I know that it will be served someday. Justice will be served someday, not by me, not by my family, but by a higher power. My and my family's only concern was to get the truth and the whole truth. As far as we now know, we will never know who killed Aubrey and why.
That overwhelming sense of grief and lack of closure would also befall the family of Raymond Killer Gentle, who was ruthlessly slain in a hail of bullets as he constructed a home near his stamping ground in January 2011. Arrested and charged for that murder was Corin Bennett. The accused would similarly be acquitted, despite statements in which he initially confessed to being the shooter, recanting thereafter to say that he only accompanied the gunman, before outrightly telling the court that the only reason he gave a statement to police was because his life was in danger. Of the previously mentioned names, the most controversial case is that of Araceli Kahweke et al. Kahweke, believed to be the mastermind in the savage killing of Raylene Dyer, became a free woman on March 21st when the case against her collapsed in the Supreme Court. It is argued that the former beauty queen contracted Banner, Anderson, and Budna to execute Dyer. Notwithstanding a statement purportedly given by Budna, the prosecution's case imploded.
And so the prosecutor announced to his lordship that his instructions were to not offer any further evidence in the matter. When that happens in a court, when you have presented evidence and you either close your case at the end of all your witnesses or close before your witnesses, and the lawyer on the other side sees that in fact there is no evidence against Araceli Kahweke, then the lawyer's duty, the duty that I have was to make a submission to the judge that what has transpired in the presence of the jury, what has taken place, is that there is no evidence, then nobody has linked Araceli to anything. Nothing.
Taken individually, the merits of the arguments in these three suits are all different. What they seem to have in common is lack of proper evidence gathering, faulty recording of statements, and ill-timed decisions, procedural errors that Senior Counsel Simeon Sampson is hoping will also lead to the exoneration of Viola Pook. Pook is accused of setting her common-law husband Orlando Vasquez on fire on New Year's Eve 2008.
This lady said absolutely nothing. And when Sergeant Zuniga went to her after doing investigation and asked her that what happened, the lady said, according to her, she remained silent. But Sergeant Zuniga said that she blurted out that me catch on fire. Situations like those trigger principles of law, whether she was warned, because I argue that the policeman ought to have cautioned her because he was reasonably, on the evidence he was investigating, and when he approached her, that what happened? That was an accusatorial question. And without any caution, as he ought to have done, I argued that the judge had to have excluded that statement, the me catch on fire. Absent that statement, there would have been no evidence at all for the judge to direct the jury to consider Pook as the person who burned her husband.
Reporting for News 5, I am Isani.